The Bechdel test asks 3 questions of a film. Does it feature 2 speaking female characters? Do 2 females speak to each other in the film? And do 2 females speak to each other about something besides a man?
Dad, could we talk to Mom?
Robert Zemeckis' Contact features a strong female lead, but there are very few other women in the film for her to talk to. In fact, the only other woman that she ever speaks to in the film is this woman questioning her at the end, who gets one question in before the important job of questioning her is handed over to a man.
Why do you think these aliens would go to all this trouble, bring you tens of thousands of light years, and then just send you home without a single shred of proof?
The film Black Swan passes all 3 steps of the Bechdel test very nicely, with lots of scenes, but with this scene with Natalie Portman's mother, and then of course with Mila Kunis' character here. They have lots of scenes together.
I don't think. Okay, that's fine. What about drinks?
Sweetie, you need to rest.
Jesus. Wait.
In a sports movie, for example, the climax doesn't necessarily have to be the big game. And remember The Titans, a movie about racial problems in America. The film ends with a victory at a football game, implying that these problems can just be solved if you can come together and win a game. Instead, seek to have more interesting problems for the characters and more interesting thematic issues that build up that can be handled on a more personal and deeper level. To contrast, remember The Titans, the film Radio does a good job of this. Ed Harris's character is a football coach who takes in a mentally handicapped boy. And rather than ending the film with a big win or a big game, it ends with him facing a lot of his neighbors and fellow town folk, and he makes a big decision.
So I decided to step down as head football coach.
It's a more personal ending rather than a big game. Action and war movies don't have to end, should not end with a big shootout. In 2004's Saints and Soldiers, this is kind of the typical war movie ending, a shootout, the main character dies. But more original and more personal thematic endings could happen. In The Dark Knight, they get this pretty right. The film doesn't end with the city being at risk or Batman having to come in and save hundreds of people. Instead, it ends on a very small level with these 3 men facing off and dealing with their very personal issues. Stories should deal with heavier issues.
Det är orimligt att leva i världen. Ännu orimligare för folken med nya stackare. Och allra orimligast att tro att de ska få det bättre än vi.
Det där är psykskäl.
Kalla det vad du vill. Jag var själv ett föga välkommet barn i ett äktenskap som var en frisk avglans av helvetet. Gubben egentligen säker.
Ingmar Bergman's Wild Strawberries deals with a lot of really serious issues and asks the questions about what is a meaningful life and what's worth devoting your life to. And I'm interested in writing films that deal with similar issues.
Ja, det är. Det här livet äcklar mig till kräkningar. Jag tänker inte ta på mig ett ansvar som tvingar mig att existera en dag längre än jag själv vill. Det vet du. Du vet att jag menar allvar, att inte någon sorts hysteri som du trodde i början.
In 127 hours, he has to ask himself why bother surviving at all. You know, what is the meaning for his life? What's worth devoting his life to? In this case, what's worth saving his own life? And he gets his answer with this vision of himself as a father and decides that that's what he wants to live for. Which, of course, motivates him to do this. Stories that feature lovers don't necessarily have to end with the lovers reuniting or ending happily ever after. In 5 Easy Pieces, Jack Nicholson's character is sick of his life, he's sick of his girlfriend, and so he leaves her at a gas station when she's in the bathroom. He just stops a random trucker and asks to join along with him. And that's how the movie ends, with him leaving her. Ending a film with lovers happily reunited implies that a romantic union is the most cathartic event in life. And that may be the case, but I'm interested in exploring other powerful experiences in the lives of characters. The ending of E.T. always makes me cry, and they are not lovers. Well, I guess they might be kind of friends, and they don't end up together, but it is still a very powerful ending. I'm interested in using films to explore other cultures, places, and ideas. Terrence Malick's New World, the main character is encountered with a new culture that completely changes how he views himself.